Students, in today's class we will discuss some numericals from the section of waves. Okay. So let's start with the numerical number 1. Okay. So I will dictate the question as well as I will explain the question, and the solution also I will do. Okay. Okay, let's start. Sum number 1. What is the question? The equation of a progressive wave is given by y equals to 8 into 10 to the power minus 2 sine within bracket 140 pi t minus 8 pi x. Okay, so this is the equation of y given, where x and y are in meters and time t in second, and t is in second. Okay, that means your x is your in meter, this term x, and your y term, that means this, in time t. Okay, that means in second. This is your time t in second. Okay, so what you have to find out, that find the amplitude, frequency, speed, and the wavelength of the wave. All right, that means 4 things you have to find out: the amplitude one, the frequency, and the wavelength. Okay, so let us arrange it mathematically, students. Yes, students, just one thing. In the question I told you that where x and y are in meter, that means your both y and x are in meters, and t, this t that you are seeing, that this t is in second. Okay, and that the 4 things that you have to find out, that is remaining same. Okay, now students, we have got this equation. Now we have to compare this equation with our original equation. What is our original equation? Y equals to, just recall the equations, y equals to a sine within bracket 2 pi small t by big T minus 2 pi x by lambda. Okay, so we have to compare this particular equation that is given in the question with the original one, this one. Okay, so if you compare this, then obviously what you can see, the obvious part, that is your amplitude A will be your this part, but that means 8 into 10 to the power minus 2 meter, isn't it? That means if you just write the formulas, then only you will able to write the value of this amplitude. Clear? Now if you moving to the next part of the question, that is you have to find out the frequency. This was your part A. Now this you have to find part B. What is the part B equation? That you have to find out the frequency. Okay. Now students, if you just compare this term, what is this term? 2 pi small t by big T. If you just compare this with this one, okay, in the original equation you are having 2 pi small t by big T, and in the question given in the, yes, the sum given in the question, that is 140 pi into small t. That means if you compare these two things, I am writing it here. Why I did not write this small t? Because small t from both the sides will get cancelled, isn't it? And we will be left with only this 2 pi by big T from your main equation, this, and the thing that is given in the equation, that is 140 pi. Okay, now just arrange it mathematically. Therefore your T will be equal to 1 by 70 s in second, isn't it? So now if you are getting the value of T, then you can find out the frequency. That means, what is the formula for finding the frequency? That is your n. We write small n for this frequency. So n will be equal to 1 by t. That means 1 divided by 1 by 70 is what? Your 70 only. Okay? Yes. And your unit students will be CPS. Okay? That means yes, the value of frequency will be 70 CPS. Alright. So now we will move to the wavelength part that is been asked in question number C. Okay. That is, you have to find out the wavelength. For the wavelength students, again we will compare these two terms. In the original equation we are having this 2 pi x by lambda. Okay. And in the question, it is given, the equation that is given in the question, we are having this 8 pi x. Okay. So just equate the two things. That means 2 pi by lambda will be equal to your 8 pi, isn't it? So just cancel it, arrange it mathematically, we'll get lambda equals to 2 by 8, or just reduce it, you will get 0.25 meter. Okay. So same thing we are doing in the part C also, comparing the terms from the original equation with the question, the equation that is given in the question. Alright. So yes, you are getting lambda's values as 0.25 meter. Okay, so your part C is also done. Now moving to the last part, that is part D. What is given in the question, that you have to find out the speed, alright, of the wave. So what is the, students? Just recall the formulas, that your speed, that is your v equals to n lambda. Okay. That is your wave velocity equals to frequency into wavelength. Just recall this formula, we did in the class also. Okay. So just put the values. That means n already we have calculated, that is your 70. 70 into this lambda, that means 0.25, equals to what? Just do the multiplication, you will get it as 17.5 meter per second. Okay. So yes, so we have calculated all the four things. So yes, so the sum is done.